Hi everyone, Josh here, and in today's video we're going to be showing you Neenah Laser Light, and then we're also going to show you when and if you should be using white toner when printing on white shirts. In my opinion, this is probably one of the best laser light transfer papers on the market. It's a two-step paper, and it works extremely well with both of our Ghost printers, as well as the more professional printers like the Uninet series. As I mentioned before, the Neenah image clip paper is a two-step paper. So your A sheet or your imaging sheet is going to be this one with the white blank side and then the red grids and red font typing on it. And then your adhesive sheet is going to have a white blank side and then this green gridded backer sheet side on this. Do not print on this sheet. I promise you it will not come out to good results because you're going to be printing on adhesive. Next thing we're going to do is show you how you need to set up your printer when you're going to print with this type of paper. Just like other laser transfers, it requires you to have your media type set to something different, and I have mine set to color laser transparency. I've also had success with heavy glossy, heavy, and that's pretty much all that I've tested. Those three have always done me just fine on this type of paper and most laser transfer papers. So now we're just going to go ahead and print it. And I've got my dragon here, and then just for good measure, I'm going to go ahead and print a few other things. I've got a heart right here, and again, just because it has the Ghost logo on it doesn't mean that you can't do this with any of the other types of printers and toners. I'm just going to use that as an example because that's just what I happen to have here at my house. Next, we're going to press the image and transfer sheets together so that the adhesive will transfer over to the image sheet. We're going to put them together with the grids facing outwards. This way the adhesive and toner are put together. Then I'm going to put it inside a large sheet of paper to protect my press from any extra adhesive that might come out around the edges. Press the image press the two sheets together for 20 seconds at 210 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we're going to do a hot peel immediately after that. And then we're ready to press it to the shirt. We're going to press it to the substrate for 30 seconds at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. This is a very high temperature, so be careful when you're doing this. Once it's cooled down to the touch, we're going to proceed to do a cold peel, and we're going to make sure that we pull the shirt back very tight while we just slowly roll it back off of the shirt. And you see we've got a nice image there, and then we're going to prepare it for one last final finishing press. And before we do that, let's just go ahead and stretch out the fabric. That way it can recover, and you don't have to worry about peeling and cracking as much, and you're going to have a much longer lasting shirt. Now that we've stretched it out, let's go ahead and do our finishing press. 375 degrees for 10 seconds, and then we're good to go. And I'll quickly just finish pressing the rest of my images to my t-shirt. Another great thing about Neenah Image Clip Laser Light is that it works great with Caesar heat transfer vinyl. Caesar HTV works great when you layer it on top of this laser transfer paper. So, what do you know? We can use Caesar with everything. Yay! Next, let's talk washability. How long will this shirt last? Well, with this design that I've done right here, I've washed it 10 times, just like normal wash cycles like you would. I don't pay attention to the wash instructions because your customer's never going to pay attention to those anyway. And you can see I've got a little bit of cracking, but altogether it holds up extremely well because of the rasterization techniques I've used on it. Next, we'll move over to something a little more solid. You can see that after 10 washes that the ends, the black where it's really solid, is starting to crack, and you can notice that. Keep in mind that we're zoomed up really close to the shirt, and so you won't really notice these cracks from a little bit of a distance. But the shirt does recover extremely well. You don't have anything peeling off, which is nice. You can also see that over here on the Unicorn, we've got the same thing going on. A couple little cracks there, but as a whole, the image is still there like it should be. So this Neenah Image Laser Light transfer paper is a very durable paper. Now, before we go, let's talk about some of the things that can go wrong. Let's take this example right here. You can see that I don't have enough adhesive actually covering the bottom cheeks of this Unicorn printout that I've got here. We'll go ahead and press that bad layer to it, as shown right here. Well, I'll go ahead and peel it. I've already pressed it. And so notice how I'm going to peel right here. I'm starting to pull up there. I'm having some trouble with it. I could just keep going with it, but it's going to actually rip, and so it wouldn't be a good idea to keep going with that edge. So I'm going to move over here to the other side and hope that I don't have as much resistance. Now keep in mind, this is that bad print that we just saw before, and so it didn't have enough adhesive, so you can see the toner, it clearly didn't stick. Now I want to show you why you can't layer this stuff on top of itself, because you can see it's clearly see-through, and that the colors on the image below can be seen through it as clear as day. And you might be wondering, why would I be recommending Neenah Laser Light when I have Forever Laser Dark and then also the new Color Theory two-step paper? Well, the good thing about Neenah Laser Light is it's very, very affordable. It's only $80 for a 100 pack. And you know, if you're going to be using white t-shirts, why not save yourself the money, make a little bit more off of it. It's got a nice feel to it, and if you stretch it and then press it again, it does a nice recovery, and it's got a nice soft feel. So here I'm going to show you why it's important to increase your density of your toner, and then also in some cases why you might want to use a white background on a white t-shirt. It's not often that you're going to do that, but another thing is, anytime you're using laser papers, you always want to have even pressure, just like that said. I'm using a swing arm press here. You either want to have a swing arm or a clamshell that's like a higher end one that can handle, you know, or can provide you with even pressure. So what you just saw there, I made this video for a customer, and what he was having issues with is in the background, in the water, he wasn't able to get all of the toner to transfer over to the shirt. He was just having some white, you know, appear. So what I did is do a couple prints, all of them with the maximum toner density. So I had everything set to level 5. And then I also, you know, increased the color saturation just to see if that would help with anything. And then also did a normal print. And then on the normal print, and then the one with the increased saturation, don't pay any attention to that. That was for something else. Again, I'm just shooting over this video, or talking over this video I already shot. So in the ones without the white, see, that one has the solid white background. This one, I took it and I inverted it, you know, like I used to, so it didn't cover all of it with the toner. So those are just, you know, normal, and then that one's with the increased saturation. That's why the coloring is a little bit different. So here's a close-up. Here's the normal one, Neenah Laser Light, done. You can see I've got some white in the trees in the background there. And then here's with the increased saturation. Still has some white in the water around the trees back there. You know, that was the customer's complaint. Here I am. This is, you know, with the somewhat the inverted background, and this is with the solid background. With the solid, I got all of the color to transfer, every single gradient transferred over, no problem. So then, you know, I wanted to do it with Forever Laser Dark just to see how it would work. I did the two-step method where I applied the white layer first, and then the cyan, yellow, magenta, and black layer, as well as did like a print where I ran it over twice, you know, just to see how it would do. And surprisingly, the color transfers that I got better for the white t-shirt were with the Neenah Laser Light. When I had the white background under it, I got everything to transfer over. When I did this with the Forever, I didn't get every single bit of the color to transfer over onto this white t-shirt, and that surprised me a little bit. And plus, you know, the Neenah's much cheaper, so obviously it's the better choice to do on the white t-shirts. And what surprised me the most is when I did apply that white toner layer, all of it all of it transferred over, and it did better than the Forever Laser Dark. So there's that. So now that we've got everything peeled, see, I've got a lot of the white t-shirt showing through there, and then here it is with solid white. Still have some of the white background showing through. See, so much of the t-shirt showing there. More of the t-shirt showing there. Sorry for the sideways picture. The next thing is to make sure that you turn up your printer density to its maximum settings. You're going to get much better results. And think about it, we're using paper or transferred paper that reacts to the toner on it, the adhesive reacts to it, so the more toner you have, the better. Now this is, you know, you can change it in some cases, but as you can see right here with these two images,
the image on top, you can clearly see that it's there. And the one on bottom, it's really transparent. So if you're putting that on something black, you may want it to just pop more. So add a little bit more toner. And the way that you do that is to access your printer through your network. So once it's connected to your network for about 5 minutes, the router should have assigned it an IP address, and you can get that by just going to your options and then network and then print out your reports. Once you go there, you want to go to your system and then your print density, as you see right here. I have everything turned up to the level 5. The default is 0, but you saw that default before, how much of a difference there was. So I have everything turned up to 5 here so that it lays down more toner and I get a better pop on my designs, especially when I'm printing onto something black.